guys, it's 21 Maxwell here and welcome to episode number 14 of our TNA Making an Impact series. We're already in our third pay-per-view, Slammiversary. Because of the deals with various broadcasters, a lot will be expiring because of the fact that they are a bit higher than the level we're at right now. So we've made use of that. We're going to make as much money from it as possible, and as I say, we'll probably lose a bit of money on pay-per-views and such like going forward, but if it puts us in a good financial position, it allows us to bring people in. We still have a few debuts after this one. We've got a deal agreed with someone to come in. One's already signed, and it's just waiting for the right moment to debut them. But still, we have one debutant today that hasn't featured before, on top of those other guys. And just generally hoping for another good show as we continue to put a foothold on TNA, and hopefully have a very good bound for glory coming up in a few months. So all's good so far. I think the company's in a lot better position now than it is in real life and such, but we'll kick on with the show. I hope you guys enjoy it. This is TNA Slammiversary 2016. Enjoy! So sold out, 6,000 at the Galloway H&S Centre, and we're joined by everyone's favourite commentator in the whole wide world, Josh Matthews, and Mike Tenay, the Professor. Josh Matthews says hello and welcome to the 12th annual TNA Slammiversary pay-per-view, where tonight history can be made. Drew Galloway defends his TNA World Heavyweight Championship against the charismatic enigma Jeff Hardy. Can the Scotsman continue his great run at the top, or will Jeff reign again as champion for the fourth time? It seems like a straight fight between two fan favourites, but will the threat of the BC, will we even get the match? Or will it get thrown out? What impact will the BC have tonight, as all titles are on the line? Ladies and gentlemen, this is TNA Slammiversary. So, just introducing the show there, Matthews and Tenay, and that's a D43. And don't worry, we'll hopefully get rid of Josh Matthews at one point, because he's horrible at what he does, and makes every TNA show feel like Velocity. So we start the show, we're going to start off with the X Division. We will see Ricochet defend his title against the BC's Kenny Omega and Trevor Lee. We also have the addition of a debuting superstar, but who is this? So Carly comes to the ramp to introduce this new X Division superstar, and she says, so tonight, we continue the rebuild and redesign, wonder where I got that from, of the X Division. Ricochet, you're a solid champion, and in Trevor Lee and Kenny Omega, you have two phenomenal challengers. But we need to spice things up a little. So let's add someone who's a little bit out there, a little bit crazy. Maybe a death machine? Everyone welcome the newest member, the newest superstar to TNA Impact Wrestling, Sami Callihan. So I don't know how people feel about Sami Callihan in the X Division, but I just feel like someone who came into NXT with a reputation, never really done much, is back on the independent scene, as far as I'm aware is doing stuff. Seen him twice at Dallas Weekend, impressed with what I saw. Wouldn't say it was spectacular, wouldn't say it was terrible, just was pretty good, you know, it was just standard. So hoping to use him in a good light and really push him here, and we'll see how much we can get out of Sami Callihan, or the former Solomon Crow. ETH plus 31, so not really over, but we can work on that. Which leads us into the opening contest, which apparently was a terrible match. But Ricochet defends the championship and defeats Trevor Lee, Kenny Omega, and Sami Callihan in 9:48. And Ricochet defeats Trevor Lee by pinfall with diving double knee drop. Ricochet makes defense number 2 of the X Division Championship. D42, not amazing. I still felt like it was too early to take the title off of Ricochet. But having names like Kenny Omega, Sami Callihan, we've got to make these guys look strong. Trevor Lee, we can protect him as much as possible. He's got a long way to go. Omega's getting better at his gimmick. Callihan debuted a golf gimmick, which was awful. That's not good to see. Trevor Lee with 31 in ring performance, 29s for Omega and Callihan, so we need to try and build them up. And Ricochet stands out with a 51. But it's a lot better X Division than I think we're getting at the moment. Hopefully it can only improve and we can make the X Division great again. Continues the storyline. Time to get BC. And negatives here. Bit of psychology in there. Poor gimmick of Sami Callihan and a few inconsistencies. But overall, it's a starting point for the X Division and I'm happy with that. Next up we've got a promo with the Cowboy James Storm, who's with JB. He says, tonight Shibata, it's time you learn that things are a little bit different here. than in Japan. You don't just go around beating people up here. Now don't get me wrong, you've been very impressive in victory and fairly dominant, but I'm the cowboy James Storm. I've beaten the best that TNA has to offer. I'm a former world champion. Let's see you try and bully me. Sorry about your damn luck. So Shibata, James Storm, they're going to collide in this next match. Promo there from James Storm with D+50, and it gave the crowd a little bit of a boost, which is good to see. No skill improvements. Just the one negative there. One thing I'm curious to see is apparently they can only gain performance skills or entertainment skills if it's over a 5-minute segment. So I tend to book mine as 5 minutes. Apparently it's 6 minutes where they can gain a skill point. So I might look into that and start making segments 6 minutes. But let me know if you've had any experiences yourself, how you feel you get the best grade, or if you get a skill upgrade, if you see it being more 6 minutes or 5 minutes, what the actual limit is. Because I feel 5 minutes is too long for a promo. I want to give every guy the opportunity to improve their skills. Match itself delivered, which I'm very surprised at, and about that had decent wrestling but didn't have much heat. Shibata continues his unbeaten run, beating James Storm in 9 minutes 55 by pinfall. This was a solid C63. Shibata's getting better at his gimmick. Both men have great chemistry together. He got the crowd even hotter. James Storm with a 60 performance and Shibata with a 57. No skill improvements in this instance. Negatives, the declining physical ability of James Storm and the inconsistency of Shibata, but overall, very surprised by that. Next up we see champion Drew Galloway arriving at the arena, holding his bags and his world championship. He shakes the hand of his car driver and he starts to walk towards the entrance when out of nowhere 4 hooded men attack him, put him into the side of some construction work and into the side of the car. They pull their hoods down and they reveal themselves to be the 4 members of the BC: Kenny Omega, Nick Jackson, Matt Jackson and Adam Cole. Adam Cole says, "We told you we're going to make sure there's no title match this evening," and he laughs as the BC walks away. So D43 again building up the overness of the group, the BC. Kenny Omega's getting better at his gimmick, but he was underwhelming, and Drew Galloway came out of this looking good. Negatives, just the announce team. All good there. Next up, we have JB with Magnus, and he asks him what he makes of his upcoming match against Bobby Lashley. Magnus says JB tonight is about showing the world that not only is Magnus back in Impact Wrestling, but that Magnus is back and better than ever before. Lashley is one of the top dogs, but he is of the previous generation, and I am the future. I am a future legend of this business, and tonight is the first step on my way. Great promo there from Magnus. He's only getting better by overness. Plenty of time on his side. Continues the move aside storyline. And yeah, all positives there, so pretty happy with that segment. The match itself did well, as in a decent match, Magnus defeated Bobby Lashley in 13-12 by pinfall with the Tormentum, I believe it's called. C65 solid. Interestingly, it's a C65 despite the lack of psychology, so we're probably going to have to put Magnus for workers that have got a better psychology skill, therefore he can learn and gain in the psychology skill set. But overall, happy with that. Lashley with a 70, Magnus with a 58, continues the storyline. I think Lashley is going to be used as a more of a talent that helps put people over, but delighted with that. Could have been better, but it's still a solid show. Now we see the arrival of the challenger for tonight's World Heavyweight Championship match, Jeff Hardy, who must be completely unaware of the attack earlier in the night on his opponent Drew Galloway. Jeff is heading towards the arena, he's shaking hands with security staff when out of nowhere he's assaulted by 4 men. I wonder who. They kick him and they punch him and they throw him into an equipment container at the side. Adam Cole shouts again, "We told you so. No Adam Cole in the title match." Then no title match. So he's determined to get his place in this title match, and it's a D47. Jeff Hardy came across as a real star in this segment, while Kenny Omega massively underperformed. But very few negatives. In fact, it was just again the announce team. But you can see it's going to be a long process building up the BC in America. Next up in a poor match, Gail Kim defeats Sienna in 12 minutes and 9 for Hurricane Rana. During the match, we also had Jade accidentally hit Sienna. Gail Kim makes defense number 2 of the Knockouts Championship. Getting too early to take the title off of Gail Kim, but a D+52, I'm really happy with that, considering they have a awkward chemistry. But Gail Kim with 52, Sienna with 39, and it continues the storyline. I don't want to keep doing Gail Kim v Jade all the time, I want to try and mix it up, and that's why we gave Sienna this opportunity. A couple of negatives, but overall, pretty happy with that for Knockouts division. It's all over, and Gail Kim has survived against Sienna after a mistake by Jade during her interference. Gail gets the roll up and rolls out of the ring and up the ramp, while the official gives her her TNA Knockouts Championship. She poses with it, whilst Sienna and Jade argue in the ring. So just a little bit there, a bit of tension between Sienna and Jade, but Gail Kim showing that she is a plucky underdog in this 2-on-1 situation. Pretty happy, D47, yep, I'm happy with that. Next up, the Wolves are in the ring as they prepare for their open challenge where they will defend their TNA Impact World Tag Team Championships. Silence hits the arena before the music of the BC plays, and Nick and Matt Jackson arrive and have a few words to say. They simply say, in case you haven't noticed, the BC are making a bit of an impact tonight. Down went Jeff Hardy, down went the champion Drew Galloway, and down will go the Wolves. When you come here, we will super kick your asses and take the tag team championships. I've made so many spell mistakes in that. So always pay attention when you're typing out angles. But yeah, basically, when they come to the ring, they're going to super kick the Wolves' asses and they're going to take the championship. So D46, again, building up then slowly. And we get a hell of a tag team match on pay-per-view, which draws really well. And about the head, decent wrestling, but didn't have much heat. The American Wolves defeat the BC in 10:51 when Davey Richards defeated Matt Jackson by pinfall with a Tiger Bomb. The American Wolves make defense number 2 of the TNA World Tag Team titles. B-73 is outstanding. The match got the crowd buzzing. Eddie Edwards has suffered a sternoclavicular sprain, even. We'll see how long that keeps him out for. I don't think it will, but I think it'll be a long-term possible niggling injury. Because the last 2 sprains I've had, in fact, last sprain shouldn't be too much actually. Again, it's anytime I get something tendonitis, it's like a year injury, so a sprain shouldn't be too bad at all. Eddie Edwards was 68, Davey Richards was 73, Matt Jackson got 52, and Nick with a 54. But overall, great matchup. Should hopefully help the Young Bucks or the BC get over. Nick Jackson proving technical skills. Negatives here. Matt Jackson's poor psychology. And apart from that, it's the announced team, but a good angle there. Or a good match. We then see the BC backstage after this match, and they're frustrated that the Jacksons lost to the Wolves. It's okay guys, we'll get our revenge tonight in the title match. Hold it right there, says Carly as she appears into the shot. Gentlemen, I cannot jeopardise our main event tonight. Both men have been cleared to compete. For the sake of the company, you guys must not touch them. So I'll make it up to yous. I'll make yous a deal. If you leave the building now and don't interfere for the rest of the night, Adam Cole will get a TNA World Heavyweight Championship title match in the future. Obviously the BC is talking about it, and Adam Cole just says, you know Carly, I always knew you were a sensible boss, a sensible woman. You got it, we'll leave. But next week on Impact, no one, and I mean no one, is safe. So D-37, the BC is leaving the premises, and we have a future Adam Cole title match. But Matt Jackson's getting better his gimmick. And yeah, pretty happy with that. We then have a promo with MVP, who's with JB. He simply says, JB, what's been happening since I've been gone? This former self-entitled brat now thinks he's the MVP around here? Are you serious? There's only one MVP in the world of professional wrestling and you're looking at him. I've been all over the world, I've honed my craft, and tonight I'll show you all. The real MVP is me and not some stupid Carter wannabe. Well, I wrote wannable, but wannabe. C+66, good solid promo from MVP, continues the storyline. Again, nothing to complain about that, solid thing. He's just annoyed that EC3 thinks he's the man, when the real MVP is, of course, MVP. Match itself was really good, and a good match. EC3 defeats MVP in 14:24 by countout, protecting MVP but giving EC3 the win. EC3's getting better at his gimmick. B74 is probably one of the best matches we've had. A 71 for Ethan Carter, 64 for MVP. So the segment continues the storyline. EC3 is getting better as a performer with his performance skills improving, and that's with the negatives of both men holding back, inconsistency on the behalf of EC3, and the poor psychology of MVP. So that could have been even better. Maybe could have pushed to an 80. Oh, and then MVP debuted a new spot which showcased his athletic ability. His psychology will be able to help because of that spot, so that's ideal. He'll be better with that in the future. So next up, despite the attacks from the BC, Jeff Hardy collides with Drew Galloway for the TNA World Heavyweight Championship, and that's next. C59 continues the storyline. And the match itself, clean match, and about that had good heat and decent wrestling. Drew Galloway defeats Jeff Hardy in 13:08 by pinfall with a future shock DDT. Drew Galloway makes defense number 3 of the Impact Wrestling World Heavyweight title. It gives him a solid victory over a very good talent. I know it was face vs face, but you've got to put Jeff Hardy in the main event of your marquee pay-per-views. C plus 67 is good, and that's what Drew off his game. Drew had an in-ring performance of 58 to Jeff's 70. Continues the storyline, which may have some more legs to go for a bit yet. And the negatives here: inconsistency, chemistry, and of course the odd face-heel combination. And we finish the show. Somehow, someway, Drew Galloway retains the TNA World Heavyweight Championship. He staggers to his feet and holds up the championship before sinking back to his knees. He gets up and celebrates in the turnbuckle to the cheer of the crowd. The reign of Galloway continues, and this must mean some bad news for the rest of the locker room. So B-71, Drew Galloway remains as champion, dominant champion, and we can have a C plus 66. So we use Kenny Omega too much, but again we have to push him as much as possible, we have to push the whole of BC up as much as possible, and increase their popularity in 22 regions. And I think we'll give props to EC3 and MVP. So we'll put them out as good examples. Both gentlemen are pleased, and I think overall a successful pay-per-view. So what we need to look at now is how we're doing size-wise and how we're doing financially. So let's have a look. The best of the Super Juniors went on. So they've had a very good showing there. B plus 83, and Jado wins it. Oh. Okay, interesting. Let's have a look. Slammiversary has drawn a lot of praise, that's good to see. Anything else here really affect us? Not that I can see. As you can tell, a lot of the deals are expiring. That's cool. So Explosion's retiring in 2 weeks. So we finally get rid of Explosion. That's cool. These are all deals that are going out the way. We've got new deals coming in, and hopefully we'll be fine from there. Pay-per-view buy rate was a 1.07, and with the 0.05 TV rating, just to the places we've got it broadcasting to. But overall, not too disappointed with that. So that's good. We can get rid of all that. Still the third biggest company, that's cool. Size-wise, 49s across the board, 48 in the tri-state. Looking good in Canada, looking good in most places. So we're getting away for that 47, and I think we'll probably be at this cult level for a while, but slowly but surely making that pace towards national. It just depends how the industry is within and within the US. So financially, profit's good so far. Pay-per-view revenue's down a little bit. Ticket sales, we've still got 4 shows to go, so there could be something there. So we'll make more money than we made in April. TV revenue, we obviously need to wait and see. The same with everything else. So that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Thank you for watching. It's deeply appreciated. Actually, we'll quickly check Eddie Edwards and his injury. Physical. He's going to work through it, that's cool. We'll quickly actually check that. 42 days, so he can work through it, so that'll be a bit of pain. Obviously, injuries to spud and whatnot. But that's cool, that's cool. As I say, thank you for watching this episode, guys. It's been deeply appreciated. If you enjoyed it, don't be afraid to leave the old thumbs up, and any comments are deeply appreciated. How do you feel that the pay-per-view went? Any booking decisions you would change? And were any of you eagle-eyed enough to see just there who a future debutant maybe? As I say, there's still 2 guys to debut. One is on the roster, one is signing shortly. Can you name them? let me know what you think, guys. But thanks as always for watching. It's deeply appreciated. As I say, any comments, either in the comments section, either on the Reddit post, or in my thread on the Greydog Software website, are all deeply appreciated. I'll get back to every one of them at one point. So thanks as always, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you later. Bye bye.